going on YouTube? It's your boy, Seth the Lawn Surgeon. And this week I'm going to be talking about mental health. As an entrepreneur, you go through a lot of ups and downs mentally. And so I want to tell you a mindset that I have that I've been told is not a good mindset to have, but it definitely helps me get through my hard times. And maybe if you're going through a hard time with your business, it'll help you get through your hard times. And also, you already know what time it is. Tipsy talk. Alright people, alright, like I said, this is a straight up tipsy talk. Don't got no clips, don't got no fancy stuff. This week, it's been a rainy week, people. Rainy 2 weeks actually. It's weird. Not to get off topic from the mental health, I'm gonna get to that, but in my area, Central Virginia, May is usually in April. It's like April showers bring May flowers. So basically, we get a decent amount of rain in April, and then in May, it's probably between like 70, maybe in the 80s, and it's like nice weather, and all the grass is growing good, flowers is growing good, bushes growing good. This May this year was just blazing. It was like 95 degrees all month. And then we get into June, which June is basically where it starts to get blazing. And it's just been raining for the first 2 weeks of June. It's just crazy, bro. The weather is so unpredictable. But anywho, let's get into mental health. And the reason I want to talk about mental health, a lot of people have anxiety, you know what I mean? And I've had anxiety for years, and I didn't even really know what it is. Anxiety is just like basically a nervousness, you know what I mean? Say you got a big project or a big job, or you're going to some big conference or something, and you just get a little nervous about it. You get anxious about it. That's anxiety. And but I think one of the biggest things that entrepreneurs deal with as far as mental health is the letdown. Like getting your hopes up for something and then it doesn't happen. Or it doesn't happen the way that you think it is supposed to happen. And you know, that happens a lot with entrepreneurs. Maybe you thought you was going to get this big contract and you don't get it. Or maybe you thought this job was going to go the way you thought it was going to go, and it doesn't go. It turns out horrible, you know. I'm going to talk about this way that I think, that my mom told me multiple times is a horrible way to think. But it has helped me in life not be disappointed when bad things happen. And it definitely has helped me in my business and my entrepreneur journey of not being disappointed when things don't go my way. A lot of people hope for the best. That's the common consensus, is hope for the best. You know, go out here, I want 30 yards, and right now I have 15. I want 30 yards by the end of the year, so I'm gonna hope for the best and hope that I get 30 yards. But see, the thing in my mind about hoping for the best is that there's that error that you might not make it and you'll be disappointed. And depending on your mental health, or depending on your grit or drive, that letdown could be detrimental to you. That letdown could set you back, like get you depressed or anxious or something like that. The way I've always thought, like I said, this is what my mom always told me, not to think like this. I expect the worst. I expect it. And my mom said, oh, that's bad, don't think like that. But it's true, like I'm a very logical, realistic person. I know life is not always going to go my way. I know bad things are going to happen. So when I expect bad things to happen, then I'm not surprised by it. And then when good things happen, it's a plus. Because I'm a realist. I know that you can just sit around and, oh, everything's going to be okay. Today's going to be a lovely day. I'm going to hit the lottery. No, I don't expect none of that. I expect the worst. I'm not going to hit the lottery. It's probably going to rain today. And today might not be lovely. That's just the way I think. Let me give you an example of what I mean. So, I'll give you a rainy day example. Because we've been having all these rainy days. So say you got 10 yards to cut on a Friday. And the weather says it's supposed to start to rain. It's 80% chance of rain, and the rain's supposed to start at about 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Now, I know the weatherman's a lot of times never right. Sometimes he gets it semi on point, but say he says it's gonna rain at 12, it might end up raining at 2. So in your mind, you're like, all right, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna cut. I need to get these 10 yards done, and I know it's gonna rain at 12, but I'm gonna leave at 9. I'm gonna see how many I can get done, and maybe you get 3 or 4 of these yards done before it rained. But before you went out, you hoped that you would get 3 or 4 yards done. You hope for the best. Now when you go out and you only get like 3 yards done out of the 10, now you could possibly be disappointed. But for me, the way I think, I go out and I expect Mother Nature to try to mess me over. Mother Nature is gonna rain. They say it's gonna rain at 12. Mother Nature is gonna rain at 10:30. I just know it. So I go out here and I try to cut, and then it gets to 10:30, still cutting. There's no rain. Gets to 12, still cutting, and there's no rain. I'm like, okay. Get to 1, get to 2 o'clock, still no rain. 3 o'clock, no rain. And so like, I went out expecting the worst, and now that I got all the way to 3 o'clock before it rained, that's a plus. If that makes any sense. I'm trying to make sense of this. There's a whole bunch of stuff in my life, not just lawn care, that I do this with. I don't expect the worst. It's not like I'm walking around expecting the worst out of people or expecting the worst out of situations. But I'm not the type to get my hopes up. You know what I mean? And in business, there's going to be a lot of times where you're going to think you will get a contract and you don't get it. You're going to think you can get a price for a job and you don't get it. You're going to think this job is going to be easy and it ends up being hard. You know what I mean? And so what I'm saying is, I don't want y'all to be out here just moping around and being sad. But I want y'all to be realistic. You got to understand, an entrepreneur is a lonely thing. Entrepreneurship is a lonely thing. You are out here, everybody, it's 80% of the world is turning right and you're turning left as an entrepreneur with the 20%. You get what I'm saying? It's 20% of us taking that risk, leaving our job to become an entrepreneur. So you have to have a type of courage, you know. So I just want to talk about that. That's all I really got on that subject. Other than that, business has been going pretty good. I've been skipping some yards the last 2 weeks. Well, most of May. Because it was so hot, you know. But yeah, it's just been crazy. I definitely need to get that truck. I've been looking for one. I'm gonna get a used one soon, hopefully. In the process of getting my contractor's license. There's some things I want to do, and I'm gonna need that. So hopefully that works out. But other than that, mental health as well. Anywho, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, stay tuned. Yes, sir.